Hey there, beautiful souls. Jess Intuitive Angel Healer here with your grounded guide to the spiritually awakened survivors of the toxic shadows. Welcome to my YouTube channel and updated podcast channel, Spoken Like an Angel, Enlightenment for Survivors, where my prophetic words are meant to help stimulate so you can raise your vibe and elevate. Thank you so much for being here today. Today is August 26, 2023. Man, how the time has flown. It's crazy. Kids are starting back to school and fall is coming. And it's like I'm out here in Colorado and I don't think that we had a summer out here. It's been kind of chilly, but let's get into the message today. Today's episode is episode number 64. God didn't choose you to fit in, chosen one. You're chosen to make a difference. So I got this clear as day yesterday, and I just saw 111. I got this message that Spirit really wanted me to come on here and talking about fitting in, because a lot of us try to fit in. We're taught how to fit in society. Anyways, if you're living out in the country or away from society, you probably don't worry about fitting in so much. But if you get on social media, there's 9 million things in your face saying, be skinny, be fat, be bold, be loud, be quiet. And it's very confusing out there. And I think I tried to fit in when I was younger, and then I noticed there was no fitting in for me. I'm a Pisces. I'm louder the more excited I get. I have a quirky sense of humor, and I'm a walking earth angel, so I have a sense of humor, but when it comes to making jokes about, God and the angels and stuff like that, that's where I limit it. And that's where some people have a hard time coming out of the toxic shadows, because ultimately sometimes it's that trauma that makes you funny. I made a video on TikTok. They said, "Oh, you're hilarious." I said, "Thanks. It's trauma." Because a lot of us are a lot more funnier when we were toxic. Okay, but I'm here to tell you that you can still heal, and you can still be in the love and light, and you can still be as cool as someone who is toxic and dirty and nasty. And actually, you're cooler when you're not those things, because you're not projecting any of that negative energy. Because what is the big reason why we're talking about energy all the time? Well, if you're looking at all those wars and stuff that are constantly playing out, these crimes, that is because we are a collective group of energy. So when you have bad thoughts, they may leave you, but where do those bad thoughts go? They go into the universe. Okay, and they affect other people. So when you just constantly are pumping out negative thoughts and you're sitting there and you can't come across one positive thought to add to, even the sky's blue and that makes me happy. When you're not doing that, you're putting out negative. So negative is like a cloud, and collectively it gets together. And what you see as a result of the collective negative conscious is the wars and all this craziness that you see out on the news. So it's important right now. This is the number in numerology is number 7 for us light workers this year. And it's really important that you're balancing your energy, because you are upgrading. Okay. And if you're anything like me, I've always been a high, bright person, but I've had a lot of narcissists around me that were trying to poison me with their negative energy, because the devil knows that if I get that little pinhole of negative, he can just work on me, because I'm like, you can't work on me. You can come over here. I'm not going to fall for it. No, I'm not. Eventually you will fall for it, though, because I am living proof that I've had narcissists are patient. The devil is patient. They will sit there. I've had my ex has been sitting here. I married him in 2006. We divorced in 2018, and He's still sitting there patiently waiting for, I don't know, for me to do something so he can just take me out. I'm telling you, the darkness can be very, very patient. So it's important for you. I've got 2 confirmations over here for you to raise your vibration. We are in Mercury retrograde. It's very emotional time, especially for those of you who are starting a healing journey or you're maybe in the middle of it. Okay, because a lot of people, it used to irritate me when they told me how Mercury retrograde doesn't affect me because I've healed my problems. Well, good for you. Okay, because not all of us could heal our problems. And that's not how, if somebody's talking to you that way, that's not your person, by the way. I knew this person, when I got that response, that was not a person I even wanted to deal with. And I tried to stay as far away from her with Mercury retrograde because some of us had waited till we got older for all of our crazy karma to come out. Some of us thought we cleared it out and we just thought we were crazy because we were under a psychosis of narcissist abuse. Okay, so if you're under narcissist abuse or you're doing the key thing of saying I'm crazy, or that word, that phrase comes out in your life, I need you to assess where that's coming from, because it's probably coming from another human that's trying to put control on you. I really need you to think about that for a moment, because the angels always give you free will. That's why you have to ask the angels for help. And but humans, and especially the ones that have the demonic attachments of narcissism, and because it's a spirit, that's why you can't get over they're not that bad of a person. No, they're not that bad of a person, but that demon attached to them is, boy, that's darkness. That's darker than the black crayon of darkness. Okay, demonic entities have no soul, they have no empathy, they have no consciousness. So unfortunately, say you have somebody in your life that's on the drug route and they're doing drugs every day. That's why you can't get them out of it, because that demonic entity is pumping in so much energy to them that they can't say no to it. That is why you have to let them, you have to just, and if you're going to pray for people, please know that person and pray, for that person to find, I just say, I hope you find God. I pray that you find God, because you don't need to pray for X, Y, and Z for someone. Because if you're praying for someone, because I've had people do this, they say, I'm praying for you, but they're sending all kinds of stuff that doesn't match with me at all. And it's actually stirring up a bunch of entities around me that don't need to be stirred up. So get more clear when you're praying for people. And if you can't think of what to pray for people, because people have their own free will, so don't pray that they do X, Y, and Z. How about you just pray that they find God, or pray that the angels can give them a sign to shake them up, and then that's how they'll find God. But let's stop taking it in our own hands to pray that somebody, does it the way that you want to. That's where a lot of people have a lot of issues with, like, religion, because they say if you don't do it this way, then you're wrong. And there's really no right or wrong way to connect with God, unless you're apparently doing it the wrong way and you're asking God to hurt your enemies or something like that, doing something in a low vibration. God's not going to fulfill that wish for you, because God is only love and light. That's why you've got the devil or you got God. It's like duality. Okay, they just put names on this stuff, but it's just duality. It's the light or the dark. And today, I want you to know, if whatever you're going in, because there's no judgments here. I'm just speaking from divine light here, because I know people from all over the place. I've lived around all kinds of different stuff in my life. Some things I experienced, some things I didn't experience. And when you're growing up, you try to compare these things, like, oh, what you know about that? That's what a lot of people told me. Oh, so that's how the devil gets you to try stuff. because they make fun of you because oh how do you know anything about that? Sir, I know a lot about that. I grew up in the ghetto in the 90s with the ghetto bird, okay? I know a lot about it. Just because I don't look it doesn't mean I don't know it. And unfortunately, that's not something I go around priding myself on, that hey, I know what it feels like to be in the hood. Nobody in the hood feels that way. Nobody's proud of being there, but they're not going to feel unproud if they live there. And so that's where the concept of, and if you've grown up in that kind of environment, you just know. That's why if you meet hood people, they are some of the nicest, most generous people you'll ever know, because that is just a statement, that is a closed minded statement that somebody put out there to separate us. Because once people are starting to get to know each other on both sides of the track, and guess what? When they said the wrong side of the tracks, that actually used to mean if you lived on the wrong side of the tracks, it's because the the soot from the train was actually going to blow all over you. That's why it was bad to live on the wrong side of the tracks. It didn't necessarily mean you were poor. See all these things that society puts in, that we say that we don't even know why we're saying them or where they're coming from, but we're going to start. That's why I come out here with these messages, to know that God, especially even if you were in poverty or wherever you're at right now, God uses different beings in different ways. And just like me, I'm an angel in plain sight. And a lot of people are starting to learn that now, because I'm seeing 1134. That's hello. If you're from the 90s, you remember the pagers. Turn it upside down. The numbers. We used to have to type codes to each other. So anyways, I just want you to know that it doesn't matter your social status, your money status, financial status. It doesn't matter, none of that. It matters that if you're chosen, you need to embrace that and know that you were chosen for a reason, and God needs you. And so stop saying, well, I don't look like this person, or I don't have this money, 1212, because that doesn't matter. God's going to give it to you because you've hung in the game this long. Especially if you're here, you're just getting a wake-up call right now, because God's tired of seeing that his angel that he put in plain sight is being taken advantage of by all these karmics. And that's why London Bridge is falling down. So I found two articles, and I'm going to put them in the description box below. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you guys are enjoying this. This is about fitting in, and you can read the article. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I wanted to make these points that I saw, because I like to do a little research before I get on here. One's from Psychology Today. It says fitting in versus belonging. Belonging gives us a sense of security because we feel known and valued. Trying to fit in, on the other hand, makes us feel anxious and constantly on edge because we sense that if we slip up, we're out. And so the other one, it's from Haley Burry, and it's a school, but it's an article that they have. And it says every young person wants to belong, but not at the expense of being someone they aren't to fit in. Fitting in is about assessing a situation and becoming who you need to be accepted. Belonging, on the other hand, doesn't require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are. So when your questions to assess belonging, understanding the difference between fitting in and belonging is crucial for making wise choices about who we spend our time with. So when you're assessing if you belong around people, ask yourself these questions. What do you have in common with them? How do you feel when you're with them? To what extent do you feel you have to hide or change what you think or do to be accepted by them? Do they seem more interested in what you think or feel, or do their opinions seem to matter more than yours? Can you relax around them, or do you feel like you have to be careful of what you say or do? Do you find yourself pretending to be around them. And so this is, do you belong? Assess, do you belong with them? Do they bring out the best, or do they bring out the worst in you? Do you like who you are with them? How do people treat you who are not in this group? And how do they treat each other? And it says why we cling to not too familiar but not so good groups. Sometimes we stick with a not so good group because we don't want to be left out, or we're afraid of being alone. Sometimes we do it because it seems easier than trying to find a new group. But the emotional cost of staying in a group where we truly don't belong can be high. We can end up with hurt, resentful, inadequate feelings and feel even more lonely. And feeling alone in a crowd is more painful than being alone. Settling for effortful fitting in also deprives us of genuine friendships. It says finding new groups. If you decide to move on from a group that doesn't work for you, don't necessarily have to make a big "I'm leaving" announcement, but maybe just go no contact. You may choose to stay in touch with some members of the group, but not others, or you may just gently ease away from the group. So I'm just kind of like Homer Simpson. I just start fading into the background, and I don't know, like social media is the thing that says, "Hey guys, I'm leaving. Hey, I'm leaving. Everyone around here is negative. I'm leaving." I love those because they're right back on there. They're like, "I'm out." They made this whole post, and like 5 minutes later, they're still there. That just gonna tell you right there. Yeah, that's getting bad attention. So definitely go check out these, because it's important for you not to stay where you don't belong. I don't stay where I don't belong, and these people that I did stay around, that's because they lied to me. They straight up, my family, my ex so-called besties, they lied to me and they told me stuff because I was very open and honest with them the whole time. And they were like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds good." They're like, "Huh, she doesn't know yet." And I always prided myself on knowing that about people and being a good judge of character. In 1707, stay strong, seven's a number of strength. You know, the devil has his own agenda, and I'm not going to take it personally if I'm the dumb one that kept being around, because I'm not the dumb one. I'm just the generous one, and you're the dumb one because you are the taker. And I feel if you're a taker, then you don't have any purpose in the world I live in, because I give and take. We give and take. It's reciprocal. We don't just take around here. So let me know how this is resonating. I really feel like you guys need a little bit of tough love today, especially because it's retrograde, and it's all about retrograde. I swear, it's like tempting. And then now there's a song, "Should I Go Tonight? Should I Go Tonight?" And then it says, "F it, I'm going." Yeah, that's how it always goes. Don't do that. Start getting self control, because it's just a matter of training yourself, is what I'm hearing. So I'm going to get into this light worker message for you guys. I'm really hearing raise your vibration. Right now, it's really important to raise your vibration. What is vibration raising? Making yourself happy, listening to music. Don't listen to stuff that is like, listen to the words, listen to the stuff that you're putting into you. What are you eating? The food, if you're eating a lot of fast food, they have chemicals in there that actually bring down your vibration and make you addicted to it. That's why you're addicted to those McMuffins and everything that come out of there, because they're not real food. I had a lady on YouTube that was making this video saying she's a whatever diet, and it's where she eats all meat. And that was all fine and dandy, but she was up there showing that she went to McDonald's and was like, "I love their all beef patties." I was like, please don't teach people to just go there for their dinner. I mean, it's okay if you want to eat meat as your meal. That helps some people with their diet. But again, if you're going to fast food restaurants and getting all your meat, that's probably not going to help your cause any, because there's different meat. I'm telling you, fast food, restaurant food, and home food, two totally different things. But we know this more. I'm in my 40s, the younger generation doesn't know this as much, and that's why I'm out here to connect with them and help them understand that too. Y'all help me, I help you. My daughter's 12, so I understand the rainbow children. I'm not one of those adults that don't understand, but I also not about teaching the wrong thing. I'm always about facts. You got to teach the facts. And I'm not going to teach you to go eat McDonald's and fast food. And no, that's just not a good habit to get into, to eat fast food in the first place. So right now, a lot of you are manifesting. There's a full moon going on the 30th. It's a sturgeon full moon. And you really need to clear out your energy. I'm hearing light white candles. Your manifestations are coming in, though, so that's why you need to clear out your energy. The answer is still no to that friendship and union that you're still trying to hold on to. Spirit's trying to show you signs during this retrograde if you're having very vivid dreams. This is to help you. Your courage and bravery has went down because you're starting to get your footing back into the toxic shadows because of these attachments to these friendships and unions that are no good for you. That's why Spirit needs you to release them, because you're going through spiritual growth. They are not. They are just they're recycling the same energy and same plans that you just came out of. Right now, it's important for you to not be so busy and do busy work. It's about making a plan, sitting down and just making a plan and being okay with just being. We're so trained by our trauma to be ultra independent. That is a trauma response, by the way, that we don't live our life to the fullest. Right now, tune out these distractions. You're like almost there, and the devil knows how big of a prize you're about to get. So he's trying everything. He's sending out the big guns. He's sending out the ones that can tempt you to hop in the sheets. He's sending out the ones that will make you lose your cookies, because I'm hearing Zootopia and flash, flash, 100-yard dash. Yeah, and he's a sloth and he moves as slow as molasses. He's like, what do you call a three-humped camel? I don't know. What do you call a... He's like, just tell me. Go watch that. That is something that the devil's trying to do. Okay, because the devil knows all your tricks. He knows all your desires. He may have to ask God for permission, but he's not going to do that until he traps you. Then he says, God, can I take them? See, they're on my side. They're doing all the things. That's why you got to temptation. Resist the temptation. Resist the temptation of being uncontrolled. You're only doing that because you got shushed a lot when you were a kid. You're only doing that because people have been controlling you your whole life, and now you're just like, I'm going to do what I want, and I'm Cartman. And that's fine, but you need to do it in a way that's of service to others and of service to you, because now we're older and it doesn't look cute anymore to have a meltdown. And it's like, even though you're older, some of us didn't get taught things out there. Emotional intelligence is something we didn't get taught. We didn't get taught how to regulate our emotions. And if you were on my side, apparently the plan was to teach me how to be unregulated as possible, so I would burn out in a tizzy and I wouldn't even make it this far. Things you've learned out. I just saw 2333. Right now, stop saying no to your dreams. You need to start saying no to your anxiety and your stress and yes to your dreams. You need to take time and actually do something daily, though, that's putting action into it, because stressing is not manifesting. But like writing a list, writing a business plan, doing something weekly with it. It doesn't have to be every day if you're not at that step, but it's all about repetition. The more repetition you do right now, that is how you're building up the momentum to get to that energy for it to come. And God's not always going to tell you when your manifestation's coming. So if you're tuning into all of these tarot card readings or whatever out there to see if you can get your answer. If you're not getting it, it's because God's not ready. It's not divine timing yet. The reason why we're not supposed to know everything is because if we know when something's happening 24/44, we as humans get in the way of our angels. Okay, 444 is the angels being around you right now. Right now, you need to work on rejuvenation and work on crippling that programming that the society, the 3D programming has put into you, because you're more connected to the 3D programming and how it is versus the 5D consciousness that we're trying to get to. And that's by releasing all this stress, fear, and worry, because if it's meant for you, it's coming. If it's not meant for you, it's not going to come. Now, I'm going to go and put a catch-22 on that, because if you focus on chaos or the worst case scenario, you are going to manifest that in, because the law of attraction says that energy flows where attention goes. So you have to train your mind to stop thinking certain ways. And that is what makes you stronger, is and get your power back. Because you're saying, I can't do that, that's hard. That's because you've never been trained how to. But once you get the training, it's just like riding a bike, my friends. They didn't want you to know this. So if you're one of the ones, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, just to back up a fellow light worker here, because that's why I don't have competition. That's why people can come over here and steal and do whatever they're doing to me, and it's fine. You go take it up with karma and God, because right now you're not gonna, you can keep doing that to me, and I'm gonna keep putting out my work, because I'm on my work. I'm a prophetess. I'm a prophetic voice of the soul survivors of the toxic shadows that almost didn't make it. And we're here. And if you're out there, please get on your platform, because God's got your own people. Maybe it's slow right now. Look at, I've got 48 people. I love you guys. I'm almost to 100. I'm going to get to 100. I'm going to get to 1,000. I'm going to get over 1,000. But I'm going to keep staying in my lane and paying attention, because why am I not as far as I should be? Because I let everybody play in my energy, and this is my karmic lesson. But God woke me up before my whole life was gone, and I couldn't fix the lesson. See, because I'm only in my 40s, and I still believe I have 40 good years of irritation for the darkness out there, because y'all ain't going to take me out this far. If I made it this far, God's going to get me farther, because if you want to go know about my story, go check it out in my playlist. I have all kinds of awesome stuff you can go check out over there and help you heal this, because it's time for us divine feminine not to get together and burn our bras and get crazy, but for us to get grounded and get enlightened, because the truth is more powerful than anything. When that truth gets out there, and once somebody knows the truth, that's when everything that's hidden in the dark will come out to the light. It takes a while, kind of like, for example, when all those people made a truth about Bill Cosby. It took them 20 years. Why does it take so long for victims to come out? Because they were afraid, and they had to go through their spiritual awakening. Now they finally woke up, and most of them don't come out because they're afraid nobody's going to believe them, which happens often because the narcissists make a whole flying monkey campaign to shame them. They did it to me. But it's okay. You are stronger and you're bigger than this, and all you got to do is turn your light on. It's not about battling. Don't get in this. Narcissists are trying to train you to battle stronger with your angels, with your gifts that you have in you. You have the gift of intuition. That is more powerful than anything, and that's why some of these people are so hateful, because they can't tap into their intuition, because their vibration's so low, and God's like, no, I'm not going to give you your gift of intuition. Why? So you can go create more havoc? No. That's why you start getting cut off from your intuition and your angels the farther down dark, lower vibration you go. That's why it's important to look up. Not about heaven and hell or being in the clouds or whatever. It's about God and the angels are up high, the devil and the darkness are down low. When you put your head down in shame, you are now connecting with the darkness little by little. And I say, when you make a complaint, or a worry or a fear, and you keep stating that, now you're praying to the devil, because he will show up. He will answer your prayers, and you won't like it. That's a lesson we have to learn, to be patient. And if we really want something, all you got to do is say, angels, please help me. God, please help me. Simple words that that are taken and constrained from us from the darkness. So I'm hearing that song, they show me fake love straight up to my face, straight up to my face. So Drake, smiling in your face, that's a song for today. So you got some friends, you got a group of people that are creating, this could even be family, but this negative karmics are creating lots of gossip and drama. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them, and they are a confirmation of being your blessing blockers. Clear this energy out, do a cord cutting, do a releasement ceremony, because they're working in collaboration with your ops. So it's like you're telling them, you're venting to them, and they're going and telling your ops all of everything that you're telling them. Right now you're going through a wake-up call. People are definitely getting their karma, though. Karma comes in threes. So all that magic that they're sending to you, just because you did, well, you sent it back to them, and there's nothing bad about that. If you want to transmute or do extra stuff, you can, but I simply just send it back, because it wasn't my energy to begin with. And the angels, I'm like, send this back to them and y'all handle it, because y'all shouldn't have conjured up all that negative energy on me in the first place for no reason. But you got to get away from this karmic energy, because don't help them. They're going to be calling right now because they did all this stuff and now they want help. Well, you're going to have to talk to God, because God, it's like, you don't need to get in the way when the hand of God's coming down on these people. Take a chance today, though. Do what feels right for you and not them. This confirmation from your angels that this is the right decision. A better opportunity is coming. Let the doors close on this heartbreaking situation, because plot twist, karma is coming around for those that interfered with your divine journey. Keep trudging forward, move through the mud and the muck until it no longer exists as mere building material for your new spiritual palace. Spirit wants you to repeat this: I am stronger than any negative life circumstances. I am bigger and stronger than any negative life circumstances. Don't give up, because miracles and blessings happen every day, and there's a miracle and blessing with your name on it. Put your energy into prayer, not fear. Spirit wants me to close this off with the karmic law number 9. And if you've been seeing 999, I have a short that I made. 999 is the number of endings. It's an angel number of you got to tie up the old to get the new, but you're about to, it's just like 555 is new beginnings. Well, 999 is like big endings are coming to a close, and this is unstoppable closure. So that's why it's important, if you prayed, you need to put your faith in prayer, but don't go trying to get in the middle of this night. It's about being patient and doing what you're supposed to. But know the law of here and now. We cannot be present if we are looking backward. Remove attachment to the past. There's a heavy emotional anchor in the past. You don't want what's in the past, my friends. There's so much beautiful stuff coming that you've never truly dreamed that could even exist. Yours, it's coming because you manifested it. You manifested it in 2019. There's like 2018 and 2019 is when you manifested this. Okay, sometimes it takes stuff to time to come to fruition. So change your tracks about not admitting your vulnerability. The more you open up your heart chakra and you admit and you get vulnerable and connect with your vulnerability, that's how you're going to tap into your gifts. That's how you're going to change your life. And that's how you're going to start seeing the beautiful magic of the divine. So let me go ahead and give you the letters and names. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Help me get over. I want to get over 1,000. That's my goal right now. Is I want to get over 1,000 because my TikTok has almost 2,200 people. So the names or the letters are QGHFEKRZHQ, and then I heard Penelope, Frank, Linda, Lizzie, Monet. Monet's been coming up a lot. Mike, Drake, Mindy, Lola, Fonzie, Sheena, Daisy, Libby, Penny, Tina, Lily, Sarah. So go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button if this helped you. And definitely go check out my other videos and let me know what you think. Love and light, beautiful souls. I love you, your angels love you, and God definitely loves you. Don't give up today. Have a wonderful day.